7.1.3, comparing unit rates. By the end of the lesson, I will be able to use and understand unit rates. Just a reminder, unit rate is a rate expressed as a quantity of 1, so miles per 1 hour. And I also want to remind you of the eye chart that you learned in Math 7. Remember that on top it's the same units, on bottom it's the same units, and then on the left side of the eye it's the same ratio, and then on the right side is a different ratio. We're going to use this eye chart for all of our example problems, and you should use it on your test and homework as well. All right, first example problem. What is a better deal? 12 bars of soap for $10 or 5 bars of soap for $4? So to figure out what is a better deal, we want to find out the cost per 1 bar. So I'm going to set up my eye chart. On top, it's going to be cost, or money, and on the bottom, it's going to be bars. And then I'm going to fill in the details. So the first one was $10 for 12 bars of soap. The next one is $4 for 5 bars of soap. So I'm going to do 10 divided by 12 and find out that unit rate. So 10 divided by 12 is 83 cents for 1 bar. And then 4 divided by 5 is 80 cents per 1 bar. So what's the better deal? The better deal is the 5 bars of soap for $4 because I'm only paying 80 cents per one. Next problem, what is a better deal? A 48-ounce Big Gulp for $1.39 or a 32-ounce Coke for 89 cents. So again, we're going to set up our eye chart. In order to find out what's the best deal, I want to find out how much money per 1 ounce of soda. So on top, I'm going to have money. And on bottom, I'm going to have ounces. And then I fill in my ratios. So the first one was $1.39 for 48 ounces. And the next one was 89 cents per 32 ounces. And again, I'm going to divide $1.39 divided by 48. And I get, well, when I type this in my calculator, when I rounded it, it was pretty equal. So I'm going to round to the nearest thousandth, 0.29. And now I'm going to find my next unit rate, and I do 0.89 divided by 32. And I get 0.028. So looking at my unit rates, I see that this is the best deal because I'm getting more ounces for the least amount of money. So I would choose the 32-ounce Coke. All right, now we're going to set up a proportion to find a missing piece of information. If I go 15 miles in 3 hours, there's a rate that I can use. How far will I go? That's what I'm missing in 5 hours. So I'm going to use an eye chart again. I'm going to put miles on top and hours on the bottom. My first ratio is 15 miles in 3 hours. Then I look at the next one, how far, so I don't know how far, that's what I'm looking for, X, will it go in 5 hours? In order to solve this, I'm going to cross multiply. And then I'm going to divide by my last term. So 15 times 5, which is 75, and then divide that by 3, I get 25. My answer, X equals 25 miles. Andy drove 840 miles in 12 hours. How far, that's what we're missing, could he drive in 3 hours? So set up your eye chart. Miles on the top, hours on the bottom. My first ratio, he did 840 miles in 12 hours. How far, that's X, would he drive in 3 hours? We're going to cross multiply. And divide by our last term. So 840 times 3 equals 2,520. And I'm going to divide that by 12, and I get X equals 210 miles. Make sure that you're using your eye chart on your homework. See you tomorrow.